new breed of young entrepreneurs have made the decision to take their destinies in their hands. They are determined to not only improve their lives, but to also positively impact the lives of others. With a burning determination to succeed, they are establishing businesses in diverse sectors of the Nigerian economy, including the media, information technology, entertainment, and manufacturing. This series examines their journey to imminent success. Welcome to the Future Force. Jennifer Osarenkhoe is the CEO of Asosastores.com, an online fashion design company. She studied accounting and finance at Newcastle Business School and began her career in accounting first at Ernst & Young and subsequently at Leadway Penshaw.
Asosastores.com, we offer a ready-to-wear online service. We're an online fashion store with all our products produced locally. We also offer a bespoke bridal service. So we go from consultations with our brides, educate them on the different patterns and themes of their weddings, and then we pick one. We walk them through the whole process of picking your fabric swatch, and then we have a party as your bridal fittings when the dresses are done.
While in paid employment, she found it difficult getting the specific type of work outfits that she wanted. She didn't always have the time to shop, and when she was able to, she realized she did not get as many compliments from the clothes she bought in comparison to the clothes that were tailor-made for her.
When I was working, I realized that there was, in order to get workwear, because our major focus is actually workwear, to get workwear in Nigeria was really tough, especially with the working hours Nigerian women have to go through. So you don't really have that much spare time. Like then I was an accountant, I was going to professional exams during the weekend. There was really no time, and then you still want to stay on top of the trend. I mean, you're going to be at work for most of the hours of your life. You should try and look nice while you're at it. So that was the idea. Plus, before moving back to Nigeria, I'd done massive shopping before coming, gone to Zara and all of them lot. And when I wore the dresses and stuff I bought from them, I didn't get as much compliments because I got bored of them and I wanted a bit of color in my wardrobe. So I started making my own clothes. And I had this tailor close to our family house who I used to go give stuff to, and he made a couple of simple shift dresses for me. And I wore them to work, and everybody was like, oh, I like this, I like that, I like this. And I thought, okay. I kept getting loads of compliments from things I made myself as opposed to the things I bought.
She started designing her own clothes and even taking orders from her co-workers. She worked during her spare time, but quickly discovered that this double life came with disadvantages.
I noticed a niche in the fact in workwear for the Nigerian women, and also in the type of workwear, because most of the workwear is usually boring and blue or black or gray. So we tried to put a little bit of color and a little bit of fun in workwear. And I actually started doing it while I was still working. So I would close from work, I would go to this tailor, like a few people I started from my office actually. So people would order stuff from my office. So I'd go to the tailor after work and we'll be there, and obviously she'd mess up all the ideas I told her to do, and we'll have to so I close from work and I still have to put in another 3 hours again at this tailor's shop. And then gradually we moved from that, and then I got one tailor and I moved him to the chalet in my family house, and he started working from there. Again, I'd leave him to work while I went to work. It just kept on interfering, and then even at work, I kept getting calls from customers, and it was affecting my work. So I decided it was unfair to keep doing that to them. I decided it was time to actually just step away.
After making the decision to start her own business, Jennifer discovered that she had a lot to learn about running a fashion business. She is grateful to the clients that stuck with her during the early days.
I had to do a lot of research because I didn't have any fashion background. I wasn't opportune to actually go to any fashion house to see how it works in the background. So I had to do a lot of research, see how the process flow actually went. And when we started, it wasn't structured at all. Right now, we're still trying to put structure in place. So when we started, it was more just do a little bit there. I was literally doing everything. I didn't have as many hands to help me out. So you when you do stuff like that, things fall through the cracks, obviously. So I really appreciate the customers who shopped with us during the early days, because it wasn't easy. And also, considering I didn't have a fashion background, I didn't know as many things as I do now. Experience does teach you a lot. I didn't know as much as I know about the industry, so we used to make little mistakes, and you learn along the way, like even from customers. Be open to correction from everybody, and you learn along the way. And some people, we had issues of people who ordered stuff and we went to their homes and they kept tossing us about with their security men. We had issues like that, and then you notice your blocks and you try and correct your mistakes.
The decision to embrace an online business model was driven primarily by her experiences while in the United Kingdom, where she found it more convenient to do her shopping over the internet.
While I was living away, like, I used to do a lot of shopping online, because you have easy access to it while you're working, in the shower, well, anywhere, and you can easily check for stuff. And if you're a woman, you always want to get inspiration, and even just how to style your clothes, not just buying necessarily. So I always used to go online. And again, because when I started working in Nigeria and I didn't have as much time to go shopping or have shopping be leisure anymore, I decided it was really a good opportunity, because it wasn't just me. I was still young. Imagine the woman who has a home to take care of and has kids to take care of. Going to the high street to shop for things is not one of her top priorities. So I thought having it online, plus the world is moving digital, like everything is going online, and Nigeria as well is really embracing it now. Back then when I had the idea, there was nobody online, so then it was really scary, and everybody was like, no, I don't think Nigerians are fraud, no one is going to buy your stuff online. But gradually Nigerians are opening themselves to it, although I hear most of the people still preferably want to pay the point of delivery as opposed to actually paying with your cards, but we're getting there slowly.
She was also encouraged by the growth of e-commerce in Nigeria as a result of an increase in the popularity of online shopping.
This is the front page of our website, and then people can select what they want, and then we get the orders immediately at the back end. So, but you can also select alternative colors of the product, especially the plain colored garments. So if you wanted it in a red to match your Zenith Bank or an orange to match your GTB, we also can do that for you as well. So from the website, we liaise with our outsourced service, our computer Kendi, who helps us with the uploads and editing and all the stuff on the website, but I have a link from the back end to see all the orders that have come through. And unfortunately, sometimes the internet gets stuck and we might not get your order immediately, but most times we do get through eventually, and we can liaise, and customers put in all their information on the delivery sheet, so we can liaise with them and confirm the order. So the production process usually goes from pattern making. So we have to make our patterns for the standard products, and also for like some bespoke services that keep returning bespoke services, so we have their patterns as well, so which makes it easier in terms of fit and whatnot. So from the pattern making, we have our cutter who does the process and then hands them on over to the straight sewers. They do the sewing, the weaving, the finishing, and then with the finishing we do our own tiny version of dry cleaning with our garment steamer. And we're also working on more with our new production site, which we're working on. We also have more equipment which we've already ordered. They're going to help us make sure the finishing of our products at an international level, which we're all going to have in place in our new production site, which we're working on. We have vendors in England, we have vendors in the States who we liaise with, who get us stock for fabrics and things we need to work with. And then I have a contact who is in the fashion industry in Milan, who gives me insights on, oh, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's hot, this is what's not. So she's actually a friend back from university. So yes, after the garments, after we make our first samples, we have to, because before I started, I did a couple of research on how people want to relate with garments online, and most people voted with real-time models as opposed to a mannequin posing with the garments. So we always have photo shoots to catalog our products. So we've been fortunate enough to work with amazing photographers like Issy Gaga and Demilade Roberts as well. So they help us to do photo shoots and we put them on the site. We have a range of different products. We have, like I said, we like to focus on our workwear stuff, which is colorful, bright jackets you can throw on any dress, and this is actually a full suit and whatnot. And then we would move down to dresses. The most popular of actually our jackets, followed by dresses you can wear to like weddings and parties and whatnot. So this is a really nice Dancing Tune dress. And then we have dresses you can wear to work, which is another big niche for our brand. We have this as well, which has been really, it's a double effect dress. So you have this and then you turn back and pow. Another effect as well. We have courier partners who we work with. So we use FedEx Red Star for out of Lagos deliveries to Abuja, Ibadan, anywhere literally. They help us with that. But for Lagos, we have TJ Magneta. Due to our early experience, and because we're still a very small company, we really don't try to encourage payment at the point of delivery. So once you've had a conversation with the person and the consumer actually knows that it's a real life person at the other end of the transaction, there's more confidence to actually make a deposit to our accounts as opposed to, or those who are really more knowledgeable and more comfortable with online transactions can pay with the website. So the order comes through. If it's a new sample that we've just created, we usually have a back storage of it, especially with the popular sizes, size 8, size 6, size 10. So those ones, obviously, we already have them, so you can get your delivery in probably 3 days if you're within Lagos. But if it's an order or a size that we don't have in stock, we do all sizes, by the way, from 6 to 20. But if it's an order that we do not have in stock, we have to produce them. We already have samples, we make patterns, and everything is in check. So once the order comes through, we produce and then we send to our outsourced delivery courier partners, and they deliver to your point of delivery. The other method, which is more interactive, because then there's actually somebody at the other end. So we actually do consulting with that one. So you order, you tell us, oh, you see a picture, or you see a photo, I like this, or I want this. Oh, okay, what's your what do you want it for? Or because another thing, Nigerian women are a bit uneven because we use the UK and US standard body matrix in making our garments. But Nigerian women is a bit uneven. So sometimes we need to educate people so we don't waste so much money going back and forth with courier. Educate people and, if you're a size 6 on top, you're a size 8 below, just let us know so we know that that's what we're making and you don't have to, which is one of our biggest selling points actually, that people get to say, I've got a bit more hips, I've got a bit more this. So we have a consultation with you, know exactly what you want, and then we note it down. It goes in through our logs and production people work on it, and then it gets delivered to you again.
Jennifer is also pleased with the increase in patronage of Nigerian fashion designers, especially among women.
It's going really fast, especially with the big players. They've been the ones who have been able to break the barriers on buying Nigeria. Because back in the 90s, Nigerians were not very enthusiastic about buying garments that were made locally. But now it's a trend actually. People actually it's more of a status quo now. Oh yes, I'm buying so and so names. So Nigerians are more open to it with regards to women's wear. Men's wear is still a bit iffy. But with women's wear, Nigerians are very open to it, and the quality of production as well is really going up. Like earlier days, mediocre finishing could pass on, but now you really need to make sure it's almost at international standards, especially if you're at the high end. But we're a bit more affordable, so the standards are not as high, but we still try to keep it at international level at every time.
She is inspired by the designers she considers her role models in the industry.
I look up to Bridgetta Woshika, Maki O, the bigger guys, but I like those ones because they put a lot of structure to their garments, which is what I like. I like fashion forward stuff. But there are loads of brands, there are loads of brands I like.
She's also grateful to the leading internet companies in the country who have helped provide education to the public on the advantages of online shopping.
The online businesses, they're the big dogs, the Jumias and the Kongas, but they're not doing. Jumia, I think, sells a lot of. They sell Nigerian brands, but they don't have to go through production. So it's more like a third-party sale, and they have a bigger budget as well, and they have a budget for marketing and advertising and all that. But I'm really appreciative of them because they're opening the brand, they're educating people, they're opening the method of sale. So they're educating people and more people are getting open to it. I have a cousin who was very anti, oh no, I can't buy things online. And the other day he bought a phone from Konga. So yeah, people are getting more open to it. And again, it's going to translate to my business as well.
Jennifer has had to overcome a lot of challenges since starting her business.
It's definitely not easy starting a business in Nigeria. And with you get there were situations where we had a bridal order, because we do bridal services as well, and I think it was our first one actually, and she ordered stuff, and again, because it's a bespoke service, you have to make sure that the communication is clear between you and the consumer, what they actually want, what their vision is. And then again, because it was still early days, we didn't have structure in place, unlike now where we do a first sample before we produce all the others. Then we just produced for the 6 girls in her bridal party, and then she got the dresses, and then she said she didn't want them, and it went into a big, I just kept thinking, I put in so many hours, I'd gone back and forth, and I just kept thinking, if this is how it's going to be, it would really be a hustle to even break even. But again, if you have an amazing support system, you're able to pull through and carry on.
She considers every sale a triumph and proof that she made the right decision in starting the company.
Every sale I think we make is a significant achievement for me, because for any consumer, Nigerian consumer, especially with people who have the means and the pockets to afford shopping abroad, for you to pick Asosa as opposed to picking H&M, for you to pick Asosa stores as opposed to picking H&M or any of them brands, to me is validation enough. So every sale we make, every bride that comes to us as opposed to going anywhere else is a big achievement for me.
Jennifer is also confronted with the usual formidable obstacles that new businesses in the country have to deal with.
The sale and the marketing part of the business is not as tasking as the production part of the business to me. So the power problems, obviously, in Nigeria, human capital, because most times when people come to us, they're not as skilled as we need them to be. So you spend a lot of time, but Nigerians have this mentality, or you know a little bit and they want to skip up and go and start their own shop or something like that. So human capital is a massive problem, and then power. Those are my 2 major problems.
With a limited budget, she relies on the quality of the clothes she produces to win new customers.
Funny enough, we haven't done that much marketing as a brand since we started. But I think with the fact that we are very affordable, I don't think there are many people with regards to people who produce locally, who have products at our price range. We're really affordable, and then we're still giving you quality. And our color and our aesthetic, the aesthetics of our products, because we do a lot of bright colors, we're so spot on trend, because we have partners in Europe and England who we liaise with, who give us insights on, oh, okay, this is a trend that's going to be hot. So we know trends that are going to be spring, summer 2014 by immediately it's hitting the runways. And due to the fact that we're producing locally, we have access to get them to your doorstep the next day if you choose to have that. But again, because we're still growing, so the logistics of actually producing that much stock at a go is not as possible. But as we grow, the more access people will have to these trends.
But obviously for a creative, you want to play around with a lot of things. But with menswear, it's a little bit more restricted, because the Nigerian man is more, okay, he has his suits, he has his trad, and he has his casual shirts. Nigerian men are not into punk rock or any of all that. So it's a niche market, and we're trying to, and because the Nigerian male consumer is not yet as pro made in Nigerian products as the women are. So we're still waiting and beating our time. Again, because we're a small business, we need to prioritize with products that we know are really going to sell. So with the male menswear line, we're working on it, and we have definitely, I can't wait to start working with them, because we have a lot of creative minds in the background who have all these amazing ideas, and the production for that as well in terms of human capital. But it's just making sure the market's ready for us.
Jennifer's advice to entrepreneurs that intend to make a foray into the fashion industry is to, first of all, clearly define their target markets and be ready for hard work and sacrifices.
people who are trying to get into the fashion industry, I would say make sure you do your homework. Do a lot of research. Make sure you know the target market you're actually trying to achieve. If you're going to go high end, make sure you have the quality of fabric, the finishing and everything. And if you're going to go to the other end, make sure you do your homework, know your target research. If you have access to it, get an internship, have someone who's been in the industry mentor you. It does save you a lot of money wasted on choices and designs that won't actually bring in any returns. So it makes you look at the industry in a business perspective, as opposed to fashion is glamorous and all that.
She also has the following advice for anyone intending to start his or her own business in Nigeria.
For those who want to start their own businesses, I always think it's something I've always had at the back of my mind since I was young. So it can't be something you just fall into. You need to actually premeditate it and actually plan towards it. It's a lot of hard work. Prepare yourself for a lot of Saturdays in. You will not be going out that much. So you have to put in a lot of work. And if you can get an amazing support system, I can't thank my mother and my family enough, my bestie as well, for all their support. So if you can get a good support system, definitely research the market you're trying to get into. I cannot overemphasize how much research does. You cut down a lot of mistakes and a lot of time wasted on stuff when you've done your research properly.
Her vision is to diversify asosastores.com into additional business lines that will see her cater to the fashion needs of both men and women.
5 years' time, Asosa will entail a full range of garment wear, skirts, jackets, tops, dresses, for work, for going out, weddings and whatnot. Then we also want to expand to leatherware entailing handbags and shoes. This part of our business is still work in progress because we're currently just researching the human capital for this. Because locally in Nigeria, the skill is not yet at par with where the actual garment making is. So we're trying to see if we need to get people from outside Nigeria and whatnot, even if it's just a tutor, my local content, and then hopefully take it from there. Then we, as well as our bespoke bridal service and accessories as well, we're looking at metallic accessories and beads, necklaces, belts, things that you can use to complete your garments. But again, the core of the business is really trying to focus on production in Nigeria. If China can do it, why can't Nigeria? I mean, we have the skill, we just need to refine it a little to get the products to an international standard.
Well, we literally haven't started. we're just at the beginning, if you ask me. But yes, I would love asosastores.com to become a household brand. For everyone to know it's your go-to place for spotting trends for all women from 16 to 65, 70 if possible. So as long as you're young at heart anyways. And also to make sure the products are at a level where they can be compared to any brand anywhere in the world. So that, because it's proudly African, it's proudly Nigerian products, but I don't want to settle for the mediocrity. I want it to really be at an international level.
Jennifer Osarenkhoe is determined to make asosastores.com a key player in the Nigerian fashion industry.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Osarenkhoe. I am the owner of asosastores.com and I am a future force.